Hi friends, Chandrasekhar here again. Now we are going to talk about the fourth Rashi in the zodiac, which is called Karka, Cancer. It is also known as Karkataka, and the meaning of Karka or Karkataka is a crab. That is, as you understand, it is the fourth Rashi, so an even Rashi, therefore Stri Rashi, Saumya, soft. It is a watery Rashi. It has Kapha Pravrutti. The humor is Kapha. Naturally, it is ruled by Moon, who is Kapha anyway. So it's not very difficult to understand the logic behind allotting Kapha Prakriti to Karka Rashi, Cancer Rashi. It is in the natural zodiac. It rules the chest, breast, and the lungs and other things related to the chest of the Jataka, being the fourth Rashi. We know that in Kala Purusha Chakra, the fourth house always represents the chest. It resides in beautiful small lakes. That is the description. It could be any water body. I would not even be opposed to the thought of it being connected with sea, because Moon ultimately is said to have arisen from sea as a salty test. So the Rashi ruled by him would be, that is the environment which he likes, and so I would also say it can be a Rashi which likes to be near sea or beautiful lakes. And then its color is very light shade of pink. It is called the Patala color. People generally think that since Moon is white, the color of its Rashi must be white. It is not so, and if you look at crab, then you will understand why it is not exactly white. As I was saying in earlier lectures also, most of the Rashis are named after different animals, rather all of them. Man also being an animal, in my view, as I explained in the earlier lecture of mine. So it is strong in night. Something that it is, some learned of course have opined that it is stronger at dawn and dusk. It is called Kita Rashi, the insect Rashi. Actually it is not insect, you can say it's small animal, because as you will see when we go ahead, it is Scorpio which is more particularly called the Kita Rashi. It is of course it now spreads over the rest of the nakshatras from first of Punarvasu to 4 quarters of first quarter of Punarvasu. Then that is how it will go on, like 1 quarter of Punarvasu, which is the last quarter, not the first one. Remember that. The 3 earlier quarters are consumed by Mithun Rashi, 4 of Pushya Nakshatra and the rest of the 4 of Ashlesh. This is where you will see from the next Rashi again the normal order starts. It is of course Jala Tattva, water, as we will say. And now what is different about this Rashi? It is Saumya Rashi, but in planetary cabinet it is also given the rank of a king. If you read Parasha, to me it would mean queen, but actually somebody who likes to rule, appears to be soft. Remember that just because it is a Stri Rashi and called Saumya, it is not actually Saumya. That is the perception that is given out by that Rashi. You look at crab, once crab gets hold of something, it is not going to leave it. You can break him and still its sting will still be with the hand or whatever it has grabbed. So what you will see is generally with Cancer rising, this would be more apparent when Cancer is the rising sign, that is the ascendant. Some shades will also be there when it is the Rashi occupied by Moon himself. And the tendencies, they are, I call them soft dictators. The people with Cancer rising would like things to be done in the way they like, but without making anybody realize that they are almost indirectly forcing the followers to do things that the person with Cancer likes to get done. They would appear to be soft. So you will see in many of the dictators, case of dictators, they will be having Cancer as the rising sign. It likes things done its way without making you realize. Unlike the next Rashi, which is Siya, the Leo, where you will understand that that person thinks that he deserves others to serve. Here, same feeling is there. Every king wants to increase his kingdom and expand his kingdom and wants others to follow the orders. But in case of Cancer, the followers do not realize it. Sometimes still it is too late. You will find in case of many of the dictators that the rising sign will be Cancer. And those who are Indians will also understand in whose case Cancer was the rising sign. They are dictatorial, they like things to, they can be pretty ruthless. Though the followers rarely understand it, at least it is too late for them to realize it. By that time, things are already over, that person has grabbed power, and that is Karka Rashi for you, the Cancer. We have also to realize that Moon generally in ascendant is not considered very good. The only exception is when he occupies Cancer Rashi or its Rashi of exaltation, that is Taurus Rashi. The reason is many people think that because the Rashi is owned by Moon himself, in that Rashi he will be more stable. I would not say unstable, but I would say sometimes too rigid in enforcing his will on others. Most of the time the decisions taken would be more from emotions rather than from cold logic, and such people can sometimes also cause some issue to even their loved ones because of the way they operate. They have a tendency of changing their opinions all the while, but not like in other Rashis. In other Rashis, what happens is that person is not able to take a simple decision fast, and that we have already seen in case of lectures on Grahas. In Cancer Rashi, it is a bit different. The decision is still emotional, but that is enforced upon others. Others have to follow it. If not, then these people get upset easily. Being of a dictatorial tendency, you can understand what can happen if you don't follow their orders. But understand, this is a general description of what a Rashi is. This is how it operates. They can sometimes be of a larger body because it is a watery Rashi, especially if watery planet is also there, and that larger need not always be obese. It could be if some planet like Guru is aspective, but the body is larger. Like in case of many of the people with Cancer Lagna and Moon there, you will find they might have large limbs. That is possible. It is not necessary. Always remember this. That or the person may be very chubby when born. So large body doesn't necessarily mean being obese. Yeah, in certain cases obesity could be part of it, but not necessarily so, because other planets influence that Rashi and change the nature. Rashi is somebody called, it is like a house. Yeah, one of the names of Rashi is also house Bhavana. That is what in Saravali, Kalyan Varman describes it. Ruksha, Rashi, Bhavana, all these are names of the same thing. So it is somebody, the modern astrologers call it the environment. Yeah, in a way, yeah, you can say it is environment. It is again that Rashi being an ascendant, people feel safe with that person. It is not necessary that that person will be safe for the people trusting him. And it is not that he is deceptive either. See, that is the perception. Moon, represents mother, and the fourth house also. This Rashi also gains strength in the fourth house. And what we have to understand is, it is also said to be Rashi with more progeny. So in the fifth house, Cancer can give more number of progeny. Of course, in these days of the what we call family planning or optional pregnancy, that may not actually occur, but yeah, maybe there will be multiple pregnancies which the Jataka might get terminated because he doesn't want to bear the responsibility of so many children. But yeah, but remember that with Cancer, if Jupiter sits there, as we have seen earlier in the lecture on Grahas, Jupiter extremely strong can harm that place. So it is said sometimes they may not even have progeny. Now even in this case, remember that it takes two to make tango. So don't go from only chart of a husband or wife and just declare that she will have many number of children or no children. Take everything in the proper perspective, go slow about it, use your logic properly, and you will reach the right conclusion. So this is Cancer Rashi, very interesting Rashi, Rashi which is ruled by a moon who is called Radhnya, the king's. You read Parashara and that slope will make it apparent. And never be confused why Radhnya should be Radhni. I mean, male and female, as I said in Sanskrit, they are many a times terms are used in a gender neutral manner, and so it need not always be that the person is a female only. It can be a male who may appear to be soft, caring, and all that. Till sometimes it is a bit late. That also happens with our chest. The outer chest is powerful, maybe the lungs are damaged or whatever. So this is Karka Rashi, and that again is why Bhava are given more importance. But this Rashi can always tell you something about the environment. Like in case of theft, if Cancer Rashi is involved, maybe the thing that is stolen is near some water body. So that is how you will have to analyze it. And remember that people with Cancer can be pretty adamant about their own opinions and want to get things done. But the persons who are doing at their bidding may not be even aware that they are being forced to do it, because they are, I always call them soft dictators. They will achieve what they want, at least they will try to achieve what they want. And look at crab, how it operates, and you will understand what is Karka Rashi. So my friends, I don't want to go on talking about things which you already know. I mean, all of you are astrologers, you have read things, but I am here to give you a different perspective of looking at the different, Rashis or different names that are given, and why those names are given. Why crab? As I said, if you connect those nakshatras, all the stars in the nakshatras, you will never get the figure of crab. But it is a tendency that they are talking about. That is my perception of what was the intent of the our sages of giving names of different animals, the bhuta, those who are born. I mean, ultimately, if you connect all these things, all living beings, see, you start from Mesha, Aries, the ram, and go up to Meena, the Pisces, the fish, two fish facing each other, and you will understand that. Then again, being a Chara Rashi, they would be, even while walking, you will find them walking at a brisk pace. There are now two Chara things, there are two mobile things here. One is that Rashi itself is cardinal. Its Lord, moon, is also variable. And and so you will find that they might have even mood swings sometimes, and that may be different from the general idea of Cancer being always soft. Yeah, it is soft, it appears to be soft, but that doesn't mean you can, get things done from them according to your whims. That would be a bit difficult. And so, my friends, I take your leave, and we will look at the next Rashi, that is Leo, and find out how it operates in the system of things. These are, so as I said, Rashis have different sizes. Mesh and Vrishabha are smaller. On the other side, naturally, Meen and Kumbha will be smaller, and so on. I'll give a diagram at the end of the series of lecture at the time of Pisces to explain why these Rashis are short ascension or long ascension or regular ascension, so that the concept is clear. And as usual, let me know if I have added something to your already vast knowledge, and do I need to say something else. So I shall take your leave, and we will see in the next lecture on Leo, the ruler amongst the animals. We will see other things when we talk about Leo. It's an interesting Rashi, easy to understand, sometimes also difficult to understand. So I'll take your leave, and keep writing to me. I'm much obliged to all my viewers who give their comments and their suggestions. I try to incorporate it in the lectures, but you have to understand my limitations, both of my brain and the limitation of time in which I have to explain certain things to you. As time goes on and as we know everything, I think even brief information would be good enough for everybody. So see you at the next lecture. Thanks.